morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
And from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas, this is Ramon Scott. Welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Tuesday, June 30th. We got a great sports betting day, including more action here at the World Cup. 3 more knockout games. Will they go to penalties? We love penalties in America. More penalties. Or will we see some thrilling finishes today? 3 more great games after the action yesterday. Also, Major League Baseball, full slate of games here today. And the Commissioner's Cup game tonight, championship game of the WNBA in-season tournament here this evening between the Aces and the Liberty in Brooklyn. So settle in here. We'll also cover some of the action from tennis today. Hopefully I won't throw anything here as the finals keep rolling in here. I'm not having a good day. Sabajja here just beat Lamas Ruiz. Straight sets here as it was. Sabajja rolling over Lamas Ruiz here in this one. And that just in a final here. We've seen some other great matches, and the big one yet to come here. Jesper de Jong here just won moments ago. De Jong with the win over Hijikata. This one just in moments ago with De Jong here winning at Wimbledon. The finals are rolling in here for a big day. That one was in 5. De Jong wins the third set 6-3 there with that one. And that final just coming in here to the show. The big one still to come today. There's lots of great matches, but everyone kind of focused in here on the match with Serena Williams and Maya Joint. Joint is the favorite, but the move has been on Williams here. Joint about $1.25 right now. She opened as high as $1.50 at some books, even above. There's $1.55 at BOL opened up, but now we're looking that the move has been on Williams. It does seem like the public tickets are on Serena, but the money seems to be the bigger bets seem to be coming in on Joint. So we'll see what happens. That match, by the way, right now is scheduled for 12:10 Eastern Time, 9:10 Pacific. Serena's return here at Wimbledon. So we're looking forward. Certainly looking forward to that match here. Okay, good to see everyone in the chat rolling in here. We're going to preview the action here in just a moment. We're going to also do a little recap here of yesterday's action here from the World Cup, where it was Brazil winning over Japan 2-1 there. Japan had a 1-0 lead in the first half, but Martinelli scored on a header in the 95th minute to give Brazil that come-from-behind win and send Japan packing as Brazil remains alive at the World Cup with the come-from-behind victory. They haven't done that in a while, despite all their great success. It had been a while since they had come through in that fashion. Also, Paraguay with the upset over Germany. Paraguay won on penalty shots, hitting 4 goals. Third place, Paraguay from their group, ranked 41st in the world, beat the 10th ranked Germans and got the win there in the upset. here. Hey, we had, hopefully you were checking me out over on the Cover the Spread video. I know we pushed here with under in the first half, but did have the Cover the Spread video there yesterday with the under in that game, and it was 1-1 in 90 minutes time. So winner there. And we also had Morocco here on the Cover the Spread. We also had the under here on the Morning Steam yesterday as a historic upset with Morocco winning 2-1. They won on penalty shots, converting 3 in the shootout. Netherlands hit 2 posts in the loss. They got eliminated, and AFCON looking good there with the win. Morocco, a little bit of a upset there, but hey, we had it over there at Cover the Spread when both of our plays. Make sure you're getting my Cover the Spread video every day when you go to winnable.com/Ramon. Get more content from me delivered to your inbox or however you want to get it delivered to you. You can do it in your browser, you can do it on your laptop, and I'll send you a video every day with my top 5 free picks, Cover the Spread with 3, usually my big 3 plays from the free selections, and then my 2-team parlay of the day. So check that out over at winnable.com/Ramon. All right, that was a look at the World Cup there as Morocco did advance there over the Dutch. Goodbye to the Dutch. Another choke job by the Dutch. Major League Baseball yesterday. We had plenty of winners here, it felt like, on the Morning Steam show yesterday. Came through with some here anyway. But we could cover all of them here, I think, with Pittsburgh beating Philadelphia yesterday in a wild one there. I thought the pitchers would be a little better than that, but Pittsburgh ended up in a high-scoring affair and wins that one 11-7. Andy Rodriguez, a 3-run home run in the 9th inning. There were 6 home runs in that game. Morning Steam winner here is Cincinnati and Milwaukee game to go under yesterday. We had that one in the 5-3 Milwaukee victory. Bryce Terang, a home run there in that one as Milwaukee got the win. Also, Morning Steam winner here from yesterday. We had like I said, some pretty good winners here. The Dodgers over the A's. Talked about how that price was looking a little too cheap. Really the 3rd cheapest price on the Dodgers all year, and you're playing the Athletics. So we were able to bring that one home. And also brought home the winner, Boston Red Sox, first 5 over the Nationals yesterday. Will Contreras did Will Contreras had the home run there, a 3-run home run. He later got ejected, I think, didn't he? With some kind of controversy in there, although it was an emotional game for the Venezuelan players of the Red Sox yesterday. Morning Steam winner, Toronto Blue Jays, of course, 2-1. Yeah, Savage, 6 innings, 1 run, and the key play might have been the fact that the Mets turned a triple into a Little League home run in the first inning as the Blue Jays went on for the win. Yesterday, also, it was the Mariners over the Angels yesterday convincingly as Seattle won it 6-2. Cole Young, solo home run and a 2-run home run for the M's. Also, it had in there was Cal Raleigh, a 2-run single in that one. We were on Seattle in the first 5, but it earned a push there at 3-2 with our Morning Steam play anyway. Also, Twins and Astros. It was the Twins winning it 5-4. We got a push there on the show, but note that the Twins did win over the Stros on the road yesterday as Minnesota got the win here. Let me see. Just watching Ben Shelton here. This is a big tie break here right now in the 3rd set. Shelton does take the lead here. My Padres lose 3-2 to the Cubs. Anemic offense once again. Padres 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Suzuki had an RBI single off the top of the Ivy wall in the 9th inning as the rookie out there had trouble playing the Ivy. He realized there's a brick wall behind there, and he got a little scared in that finish there. Padres go down. It was Arizona over the Giants, and we had that first 5 yesterday for Arizona as they got it done. They led 5-1, went on there for the victory yesterday, 5-4. They had to hold on, but they did get it done there. Also, Marlins over the Rockies 10-7. They kind of crushed them there in that one, as we did have the over here, I believe, on the show yesterday. With it did go over 17 runs. I think that's over 11.5 there. Also here yesterday, Tigers over the Yanks. How about that one yesterday as the Yanks fell behind early and Weathers got taken out of the game early, 7-2. Tigers got the win in that one. Also, Texas outlasted Cleveland 6-3. And it was, I think we had one more, and I think that might be it. That might be it. Thanks for joining me here on the show. Hey, make sure you go over to winnable.com/Ramon. Use the promo code STEAM to get more plays from me. Hopefully I could have had a good day in the tennis bench yesterday, but kind of a slow start here today. A couple of L's after we really smashed it pretty good yesterday. We did have one winner earlier on the card so far, and that was Buzkova in her win today over Gibson. That one was a pretty good winner there. But on the men's side, man, I'm trying to find the winners here right now. Couple of L's there early. Baseball, we did have the Dodgers and the A's over as a premium pick winner yesterday here over at winnable.com. So check out my plays over there. On the women's side, yesterday we went 2-1 with our Wimbledon plays on the women's. I'm sorry, not 2-1. Let's see here. We went. I'm trying to. Let's see here. 2 winners on the men's side. That's where we crushed it yesterday. Over on the men's side of the things, there we were 4-1 on the men's side. So check me out over there at winnable.com/Ramon. Okay, let's see who's here in the chat and who's ready to go. Hopefully we'll have a good show here today. But we'll give some folks a few more minutes maybe to show up here. We're off to a little bit of a slow start. Cash Kane is here today. Hello. Jimmy Lambeau is here. All right, ready to go. Says Morocco did come through. And there's Kane. There's Bobby Mack in the chat. Woke's Joke is here. And AJ Stogsdill is here as well. Great to see everyone in the chat here this morning. So we've got a manageable show here, it feels like, to get going with our World Cup and our baseball and then that WNBA. We will have also, don't forget, hey, I hit the home run yesterday, 9-1 shot there with Durbin. Yesterday, so I'm going to try to come through again. I think I mentioned him here on the show, if I'm not mistaken. A few guys out here that maybe you can. I don't know where I don't know where to find the standings, but I'll find them somewhere. And I hit a 9-1 yesterday for the home run derby here. And don't forget to enter your picks for day number 6 here today for the summer home run derby here on the Sports Money Network. And I'm going to get another one here today, I think. So we'll cover that here, I think, when we get to the baseball segment. Okay. All right. Glad to see. Thank you, Siri. Glad to see everyone here, and we'll get ready to start the show here. Also, at the end of this show, someone will win a chance to get 1 month of picks from me over at winnable.com/Ramon. We'll give those away here at the end of the show. So all you got to do to be eligible for that is type something into the chat. Hello, make a pick, type a period, can be anything in there, and you'll be entered in for the drawing here at the end of the show. Someone will win 1 month of picks from me over at winnable.com, and I hope that's cool. Okay, let's get ready here. Let's just start the show here. We only got a dozen right now, but might as well go here. Want to get going for that Serena match. And, of course, we got the guys here today at noon Eastern and 9 Pacific with bases loaded, previewing the baseball card today. All right. Let's get started right now. Here's the football today. And, oh, wait, I think we've got – oh, man, I thought we had graphics here. Hold on a second. Got to have the graphics nowadays, right? I mean, that's I didn't even double check them. They're probably out there, right? Yesterday, the graphics master did not have a good day, and we were going to suspend him. But let's see what we got here right now. Let's go to Copa Mundial. All right, that'll do. I thought I had some other stats I was going to put in there with him, but I probably wasn't listening. So let's just talk a little World Cup here. These look like the matchups anyway. The times are wrong. He's got them Eastern time. This AI is never going to work. It's going to be a big failure here. AI is never going to work. All right. Well, we got the cool crest, though. That's pretty cool. All right. Let's get to it here right now. First game up, Ivory Coast here taking on Norway in this one. Got Norway here favored by half a goal. And the total 2.5 under at minus 115. You know, these AFCON teams really know how to play overs, but I don't know. With these two teams, it might be a little bit different because you got Norway, fairly explosive here right now. Ivory Coast, I mean, they have a pretty good offense for sure. I'm not ready to just say this is going to be, some AFCON action here that's going to end up going under, I think, in this one. Now, you can look at Norway and their games here so far. They crushed Iraq, of course. They beat Senegal 3-2. Now, they did lose to France 4-1, but they were without their best two players in that game with Holland in there and Odegaard. Those guys didn't even play. I mean, what was I doing on France in that game? Was I asleep at the wheel or something in that one? No doubt here for Ivory Coast, a good set of results, of course. They beat Ecuador 1-0. Lost to Germany, of course. I don't know if that looks bad or good right now after getting eliminated. But they also beat Curacao 2-0. So even against Curacao, I want to say it like that, but only 2 goals against Curacao. Now, look, Curacao was here in the World Cup. Don't slide them there, even though they've been one of the bottom teams overall. I think the 4-1 France loss, that's a little noisy because Norway rotated the players. And the wins over Senegal and Iraq, though, pretty good here. Ivory Coast can be dangerous early. They've opened the scoring in all 3 of their World Cup matches, but when you've got Holland here, I mean, how are you going to score first with him out there? Norway, 14-3-2 to the over, or 14-3-2, a record for Norway over their last 19 matches coming in here. And Norway, though, has only allowed 1 clean sheet in their last 10 games overall, even up until the run-up here. So, that does seem like maybe Ivory Coast could get a goal in this game. Now, you don't want to get too carried away with some of these overs right now. I mean, I don't know, 2 shootouts already. Teams might be content to go get a little luck on their side. They don't trust themselves maybe to win here. I don't know, but maybe this one could have the goals. You've got Norway. They definitely produce goals, no doubt about it. So let's see if the chat has any picks on this one.
Final.
With Norway taking on Ivory Coast. Taylor Fritz just rocked to victory in straight sets. Man, Fritz coming off a hot grass season here right now, and he rolled today. That finally got me a winner there, private winner there on a bet, but Fritz wins it in 3 over Laovic. All right, let me go to the chat here, see what you have to say at the World Cup for this one. Shelton's fired up here. All right, here we go. Let me go to the chat real quick and see if you guys got some plays here. Sorry about that. Trying to find the chat here. When you got 65 tabs open, that's probably too many. I think that's what it said. And Josh is ready for some tennis picks here. I think I've got picks. I think I've got picks on every. I don't have picks on every match, but I'd probably bet nearly every match, it seems like. Farley on Norway on the money line here. Robert is going under. Billy Eagle Flyer says draws in Norway or other team to win in a shootout. Is that what it says? Norway on draws and on Norway or either team to win in a shootout. Gotcha, Billy Eagle Flyer. And Woka's joke lost with Germany, but had the BTTS in the other game. Ivory Coast and Norway seems like a coin toss here, with Norway minus a half at even money in this one. And, I like to look at the FIFA rankings, of course. Not that that's the be-all, end-all. Some people don't think they have a clue. But you do have Norway here currently, ranked 23rd in the FIFA standings, and Ivory Coast is ranked 31st. So maybe the two, or maybe the half a goal there at even is kind of appropriate in this one. I still feel like Norway, Ivory Coast has done well. I want to say Norway is a little bit underrated in those ratings, but I know they're not as tough defensively, but do you need to be that tough defensively against a team like Ivory Coast? Okay, either team to win in a shootout, says Philly Eagle Flyer. I'm going with Norway in this one. I'll take them in regulation here to get it done. Give me Norway on the morning Steam show. I'm going to go with them. I'm a Holland fan, and I'll take them here to get it done before, no tie here. I'll take Norway. I definitely did not play many draws in those, not to say, hey, don't sit here and take the draws sometimes, but I do want to kind of have, want to have some pick, make some picks. Be ballsy, okay? I like Norway here. All right. Go to the New York, New Jersey Stadium here. I think that's what they're calling it. It says there East Rutherford Stadium, but that's because I told the thing finally to don't use the corporate names and put the city names in there, so I didn't really do it perfect. There, but Sweden taking on France in this one. Oh my gosh, France! It does feel like give Spain some credit, but also I think for Spain, I want to just say maybe as great as Lamine Yamal and company, maybe just a little bit too early for maybe next 4 years. Maybe it'll be Spain's turn, especially when the World Cup shifts to that part of the world. But I think here. Just judging from France right now, I feel like they are the team to beat, just barely right now. No, look, I've got Argentina. I've said that, I'm sticking with that. But I think if you really had to be honest with yourself, or I have to be honest with myself, I think France just a little bit better than all the rest of the teams right now. I'm going to, Argentina, I'm going to take them because I figure I'm going with these Western Hemisphere teams. But just watching the games and the fact that they played so well, and obviously they have their own superstar in Mbappe, so I'm probably thinking that France is the way to go. Even in this one, even laying a big number here against Sweden. I already got burned trying to take Sweden earlier in the tournament, and they got blown out. Remember that game? What was I that you guys were all over in the chat there taking Netherlands over Sweden in that one? And foolish me. I mean, I'm the Holland fan here, but France just looks like the most explosive team in the tournament, and they got 10 goals in the group stage and at least 3 goals in 4 straight World Cup matches dating back to the last World Cup, and the 3 here so far here with the wins of 3-1, 3-0, 4-1. And Sweden's matches have become a little bit high scoring because they've given up 7 goals here right now. Sweden also 9 straight BTTS matches, 7 of their last 9 over 3.5. Injury concerns for Sweden in the back line with Isaac Hein sidelined and Lindelof banged up as well. So that's going to be a problem here, I think, against France coming into this one. Let's see what you think here at the World Cup and see how you guys have it here with France and Sweden. Okay, Sweden with win over Tunisia 5-1 before they lost to Netherlands, and then they tied Japan. France beat Senegal, Iraq, and Norway in successive fashion, covering the goal handicap each time. France, of course, a 2-time World Cup champion. Here you got a great coach in Didier Deschamps. And I think here, these guys have been practically flawless. Sweden had to kind of squeak in. They were one of the best third-ranked teams, but again, Sweden, missing Hein here, and if Lindlof does make it, I mean, he's going to have to move into the back three there. They're saying so. All right, let's see what you got here in this one. Saliba back in here also for France. Let's go to the chat with this one. Here we go. Man, could it really be a high score game like 3-1, 4-1 here? I think France is going to roll. Okay, easy to say here, but that does feel like. And Billy Eagle Flyer, remember, I think Billy Eagle Flyer didn't just say that even a few weeks ago. It should be Germany and France, or maybe when it was starting to shape up. I don't remember, but all right, BTTS here for Robert. And give me France here in the first half. I got to take France in this one. First half here. Maybe on the Asian handicap, I think. But for the most part, I'll take them here. Let's see. France at... I'm going to take France here at -0.5, -150 in the first half. Okay. They're -1 at +1, about 150 here as well. So maybe you can play the Asian handicap in there. Hello to Nick Handy in the chat. Fernando's here. He says 0-0-1-1 in that Norway game. Could be a first half draw. Philly Eagle Flyer says both teams to score in the France game and over 6.5 corners. France team total over 2.5. All right. Let's go to the nightcap now at the Mexico City Stadium with Ecuador taking on Mexico in this one. France, as good as they were in the group phase, Mexico was arguably even better. They shut out all three of their opponents. Might not have been as tough of a run-up with South Africa, Korea, and Czechia, but they outscored them 6-0, beating South Africa 2-0, beating Korea 1-0, and beating Czechia 3-0. So it's been all good things here. And yes, while they do have the obvious home stadium advantage here, the home country advantage over Ecuador, they won't enjoy the altitude angle here like they will against most teams. Ecuador certainly will have no problem breathing the air here in Mexico City tonight. Ecuador lost to Ivory Coast 1-0, tied Curacao 0-0, beat Germany 2-1. You're looking back on it, right? Germany, okay, now Germany not looking too good, but that is a little bit of a questionable run up there for Ecuador. It seems like, man, I know that this Ecuador team is going to be competitive. I mean, look at this total at 2 under 40 here. It feels like it could be 0-0 in the first half. Maybe Mexico gets the goal in the first half. Maybe they get the only goal in the game. Is this game going to be 0-0 at the end of regulation? Is it going to be 1-0? Maybe Mexico wins it. It does seem like Mexico's home field can provide the one goal that they might need in this game to get the win, is what I want to say here. But I got to go under in the first half in this one with Ecuador and Mexico. And, man, it's heavily juiced. Even one goal in the first half is heavily juiced here, and I don't think you can get too fancy with it on the Asian handicap here. So let's see what you've got this one. By the way, there is some steam coming in here right now. I got to pass this along. Steam right now in the WNBA championship game with Las Vegas here and New York. Now, we know that Asia Wilson is questionable with a leg injury. Could she be out of this game and we just don't know yet? This line has moved to 4.5. Maybe we need to go to the old X machine right now and see what's going on with that, because that is a big move here for this game. I mean, yes, the Liberty have had a great tournament here, but man, 4 here over this Vegas team seems crazy. Okay, we got breaking news here right now. Let's go with it. We've got breaking news. All right, just a little bit of breaking news. Maybe we'll preview the game later, and I'll update this line. A'ja Wilson is out of tonight's WNBA Commissioner's Cup final game. Wilson is out tonight with a leg injury. Remember, in that last game, she hit the floor on a loose ball and then grabbed her ankle, and you could hear everybody in the building kind of, but she's definitely out right now. She did get up on her own and jog straight to the tunnel towards the locker room, but right now she is listed out here. This just into us at the Morning Steam Show. Multiple sources here confirming it. Looks like now. Hopefully it's wrong. I don't know, but it does feel like right now these are got some pretty good sources here. You can see it for yourself if you look on the old X machine. A'ja Wilson out of this game tonight, and favored here by 4.5 now. 4.5. This line is moving up here at this point with Wilson out of the lineup here. Huge news here right now to us at the Morning Steam Show. Oh, that's a bummer. Okay, let's get back. I think we're going to finalize the information here for the game here. Let me go back to it and see if we can't get the soccer matchup here. I think we're just about done, but here we go. Okay. I was saying Mexico and Ecuador here. So Ecuador, I'm going under in the first half at a half a goal plus $1.20. I'll say it'll be a scoreless first half. I'll go under a half a goal in the first half. Okay, and I'm going to see if I can't sift through that. I hope I didn't screw it up too bad with that WNBA update here. First half draw for Farley. Roberts on the draw here. And Philly Eagle Flyer says Mexico game draws, neither team to win. Razor says A'ja, she is out of the game. She ran off the court. Fernando here, Mexico money line. I'm a big Steely Dan fan, I got to tell you. All right. Mexico money line here for Fernando. I think Mexico can do it tonight. We already saw Canada win, and they were on U.S. soil. Why couldn't Mexico win? Ecuador's done an okay job, but I would actually, like I said, I would actually question those results here for Ecuador, honestly, if you think about it. Okay, good for you. You beat Germany. Where are they now? Right? You tied Curacao. That's not good. You lost to Ivory Coast. Now, Ivory Coast, we just said they're in the game here, but I'm going to try. I'll try it. Okay. Thanks, everybody, for that. We're going to go to baseball now with our 15-game card. Get your pens, pencils, and rotation orders ready. Play ball! All right, let's get going here right now and get rolling with the card here. And don't forget, we're going to do the home run contest today, so we're going to kind of keep that in mind here as we discuss some of the pitchers and some of their strengths and weaknesses. And I hit a 9-1 yesterday, so I've got to be up there in the top few now. Okay, here we go. White Sox and Orioles in this one. Man, the Sox put it on them yesterday late with those runs in the 8th and 9th inning. Orioles looked good early, but here come the Sox. How did they have even the how did they even make the Orioles such a big favorite in that game, and that the bigger question might be how did I end up betting them in that game here on the morning steam show? That seemed like a bad idea, right? I mean, come on, the White Sox as a dog. Even here, you got to wonder. Now, this line actually was a little bit higher, but the money's already kind of come in on the White Sox. One book opened this as high as $1.55 for Baltimore in this one. Now I know everybody doesn't like Fetty, but he's not going to be any worse than Trey Gibson here, is he? 4.33 ERA, 2-6 record. Gibson 5.6 ERA, 1-2 record coming in, 1.65 WHIP. And Gibson looked good in this first couple games here, but since then, no bueno, it feels like. I know Fetty's season stats are pretty bad, but his role has kind of changed a little bit. He's mostly pitched in bulk behind an opener. Now, I don't think today yet they've scheduled an opener, but don't be surprised if there is one for him. Maybe here against this Orioles lineup, maybe he doesn't need one. He hasn't allowed more than 2 earned runs in 6 straight starts right now, and his sweeper's been going pretty good. Orioles, not great against pitchers, kind of like Fetty here right now. So usually it's just 4 or 5 innings for Fetty if he's sharp. They won't hesitate to pull him if he's not. The Orioles have been pretty consistent against right-handed pitching, but nothing out of this world. And let's see what you got here. Gibson is not totally reliable here for sure. He has a couple of good starts here recently. He did hold the Dodgers to 3 earned runs over 5 innings with 8 strikeouts here recently. But, some good pitch. Gibson has some good pitches. He has some promise here. But, again, you want to trust the Orioles here as a favorite right now? I don't. I'm going back to the White Sox. They still have probably the most underrated lineup against right-handers here. They continue to look good. I don't know what I was thinking yesterday. They're going up against Baz. Why wouldn't you take the White Sox there as well? So, taking the White Sox here today. Give me the Sox. I'm mad not taking them yesterday. I mean, we only love the Sox, right? I mean, we love the Sox. All right, here we go. See what you got in the chat in this one. And Gerardo's got Ivory Coast, a country named after 2 bars of soap. He's also got BTTS here. And Philly Eagle Flyer says, bet $1 on the USA and win $250. Oh, man, I wish I had that. I wish I had FanDuel. Boy, they're going to go broke here. No wonder they have to charge such ridiculous rake. France and Mexico to advance here, says Gerardo. White Sox here for Farley. And White Sox here for Robert as well. Yeah, a lot of White Sox action for sure. I'll still go with Fetty here. We can't be a hater on this guy right now, it feels like. They're much better than the Orioles. Come on, this White Sox team is playing terrific. Okay, let's keep it moving here on the morning steam. That's our first game right now. Pirates are taking on the Phillies. How about yesterday? The Pirates with all those runs, all those home runs in the game. And the Pirates got the win there big time, 10-7, 11-7, 10 to whatever it was. Now, you have Sanchez here going in this one. That's got to be kind of a big factor here with Sanchez. And man, is that real? That price there, $240? Sanchez is awesome, but it's just Major League Baseball. 2.12 ERA, 9-3 record, 1.11 WHIP. He's solid, no doubt. Bubba Chandler, hey, he's been okay of late. 4.42 ERA, 1.39 the WHIP. He's 3-7, but the Bucks got the win yesterday, their second straight win. Pittsburgh sitting here still over 500. Now, I know they lost 2 of 3 to the Reds. That was disappointing. But the Phillies here actually, they beat the Mets 2 out of 3, of course. But, they didn't cover the run line in any of those 3 games. Not that mattered, but the Mets weren't playing too good. And yesterday, felt like no chance against the Pirates here. So this price is pretty high. I don't know how good Sanchez here is. Maybe he will mow him down, but Pittsburgh still, I mean, okay, so they're 500 here. The Phillies are great. I get all that, but this is Philly Pittsburgh here. And I'll say this too. You could point to some stats here a little bit overall with Pittsburgh against Sanchez a little bit, especially yesterday after seeing all that offense. I mean, the Pirates offense looked great again. This is a tougher matchup. I get that. But Sanchez's last 3 starts, 5.4 ERA, and that was against the Brewers and also the Nationals, which is the best left-handed hitting team against lefties in baseball. But still, Pirates here, not great against lefties. I'll give you that. But they have had some success here, scoring runs, usually at least 3 runs in 8 of their last 10 games against left-handed pitching. You do want to have a little bit more, but not getting shut out or anything. Chandler, a tough matchup against this Phillies lineup. 4.42 ERA, as I said, and he has looked much better recently, though. 2.65 ERA, and he's lowered his walk rate. He's got a 1.18 whip recently here. So, with Bubba, you're going to get some fastball pitching in there. And Phillies have struggled a little bit with guys who throw hard, guys like Scott and Sandy and The Miz and Dylan Cease as well. So, all right, we could see the pitchers have a little bit more success here, it feels like, than yesterday. I mean, it does seem kind of crazy if Sanchez is so good, right? Then why is the total 9.5? I mean, he is good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on it at all. But I would say here, I'm going to go ahead and take the under in this one. Give me the under here with the Pirates and the Phillies. Come on, Bubba. Here we go. Pirates on the run line for Farley. Phillies on the run line for 9 Legacy. Roberts going under here, first 5. And the Liberty's up to a 6-point favorite here at some books right now. That's too much of an adjustment. I mean, Asia Wilson is a superstar MVP of the league. Vegas got a pretty good team, and they're going to, be trying to run, I think, against the Liberty here tonight now. But we'll get to it. Keep it moving here right now. Rangers on the road, taking on the Guardians. We got the Rangers here, a slight favorite on the road. $1.20. Jake DeGrom goes here. DeGrom, 3.55 ERA, is up here against Tanner Bybee. Bybee's 2-8 with 3.77 ERA and a 1.14 WHIP. Definitely better than his record indicates. He kind of pitches in some tough luck for sure. Their lack of run support for a lot of those games for Tanner Bybee. For the Rangers here, they are red hot. They come in here as one of the hottest teams in the league currently in this one. They've got a winning streak coming in currently at 6 games here. I want to say it's 6 games. Here currently for the Rangers. Cleveland's been playing well as well, but did lose last game. Cleveland dropped that game to Texas yesterday by the score of 6-3. So let's see what you have here in this one with the Guardians taking on the Rangers here. Bybee's probably better than his record indicates, that's for sure. But let's see how you have it in this one. DeGrom here, you don't expect him usually to have a 3.5 ERA, but still pretty good numbers. 213 batting average against here, and 1.03 WHIP. I mean, that is pretty elite after all. For Jake DeGrom. Not too many regular pitchers lower than that in the league right now, going up against the Guardians lineup. Still trying to find some offense here a little bit without Ramirez in there. DeLauder is back in the lineup. Bazana's been hitting pretty good here too, but the Guardians here are striking out quite a bit here currently. Bybee with solid numbers. His K rate has been improved here over the last 3 starts. Does have better splits versus left-handers. That's a good sign when you're taking on Texas here. But with Jake DeGrom, you got a Texas lineup here too that does rank in the top 10 offensively here in the last 7 games. Looking pretty good against righties, especially patient at the plate. Bybee's walk rate is low, but he's starting to give up a few more walks here over the last couple of games. So let's see what you think of this one. The Rangers taking on the Guardians here tonight in Cleveland with Jake DeGrom and Tanner Bybee. Let's go to the chat all-stars here. See what you guys have in this one. Rangers for Bobby Mack. Rangers for Farley, but 9 legacies on the Guardians here. All right, man, you guys are split there on the side. Maybe I just got to go to the total here in this one with DeGrom and Bybee here. Both starters have pretty good success here. I'm going to go under in the first 5, actually. That's what I'm going to do. Do have DeGrom here, just a 143 batting average against this anticipated Guardians lineup. And for Bybee, kind of the same thing here, 196 batting average against the anticipated Rangers lineup. Let me go under in the first 5 here in this one with the Rangers and the Guardians. I think that's the way to look at it for me. And I'll go under at 4 runs, minus $1.20. All right, next up now we got, oh man, a great matchup here. Tigers taking on the Yankees. And you got Skubal and Schlittler. Man, why this one's got to be ice cold here. Detroit coming in off of the win yesterday. No doubt, Detroit, impressive here, 7-3 against the Yankees. They were actually knocking out Weathers early in that game. For the Yankees here, it's pretty bad right now. Got a bit of a losing streak, and they're not even coming close. Losing that series to Boston, got beat here by Detroit. Jazz Chisholm almost died in last night's game. 2 incidents where he was injured, but he was nonetheless worse for wear. Is that a real saying? Nonetheless, no worse for wear, I think I'm supposed to say. Yankees, though, here, $1.35, 7.5 under 25 in this one. You still have a Detroit team, 13-28, but they got Skubal here, and they're a dog. You got to be a Skubal and a dog, don't you, here right now? Man, they're in the 3rd set here with Taylor Townsend and Iga Swiatek. This one's still open, up for grabs here. Iga's obviously going to cover. Shelton here behind in the 4th set to Otto Virtanen in this one. And, man, we could be going to a 5th set the way this one's going right now. We did just see also Quentin Halles over Matteo Arnaldi. That one just in. Halles over Arnaldi here at Wimbledon. That final just in. Okay, see what you think here in this one, man. Hard to fathom here, really, that you can get the Tigers. Yeah, okay, they're crummy on the road, but the Yankees are struggling. Skubal is just fine here, I think. Still coming off the injury and all. Schlittler's got these dominating numbers. 1.62 ERA, 0.92 whip, but the offense for the Yankees, do they have enough here in this one against Skubal? Are we going to just see a low-scoring game? If you are, I mean, how can you not take a little plus money, it feels like, in this one? Let's see how you guys have it right now in this game. We've got 2 of the best aces going here right now, and the Yankees have lost 5 straight and 8 of 10 coming in. Last time they faced off, the Yankees had 3 home runs off of Skubal, but remember, that was the first time it happened in years, actually, to Skubal. So He still finished with just 4 hits over 6 innings. He got one other hit other than the 3 home runs and 9 strikeouts. So even though he was getting rocked on that night, was still dealing. Skubal's numbers pretty elite still right now, and the Yankees here pretty much dead last in a lot of offensive categories here of late. Man, this is going to be something. Can they get it going here against Skubal? Let's see what you guys have in this one. Schlittler's coming off a great start against the Red Sox. 5 innings, 9 Ks, no earned runs. He did give up 4 runs, but they were unearned. And Sox did win after all, but Schlittler's been awesome all season. Also a 38% K rate in his last 3 starts. So let's see what you have here right now. This feels like it's going to be a low pitchers duel game. Why wouldn't it be? See what the chat says here. We've got the Tigers here for Robert. Farley's on the Yankees money line and 9 Legacy's on the Yankees run line. Okay, so we're kind of square up there, 2-1 for the Yankees. So let me go to the total here. I'll go under in the first 5, of course. I'll take under with these 2 guys right now in this one. Give me the under here with the Yankees and the Tigers here tonight at the stadium. And I'll go, it's down to 7/20 here. So the first 5, though, is 3.5. I'll take that. All right, final in from Wimbledon here. Arthur Ferry does win over Zummer here and gets it done as Ferry. A lot of people thought maybe, he's been on such a run here, but did cover, let's see here, he covered that game spread easy here for Ferry there. Next up, let's go to the Mets taking on the Blue Jays. Oh, man, the Mets. How about it yesterday? First inning, triple, and turns it into a home run inside the park, Little League style, tried to throw the ball, and it went sideways. So that might have been the run they needed because it was 2-1 in favor of the Blue Jays, beating the Mets here. Mets go down to the defeat again. Blue Jays, finally, they snapped their losing streak. Kevin Gausman here, a 4-6 record, 4.35 ERA, and a 1.19 whip in this one. McLean, 4.03 ERA, 1.12 whip here. The Mets continue to struggle right now. They are 8-22 as an underdog. They've lost 9 of their last 10 games coming in. It's been bad here. It hasn't been great either right now, to be honest. For the Blue Jays here, but they were able to get the win yesterday. Toronto was their first win. They had lost 6 in a row. They're also just 1-4 in their last 5 at home. They have beaten the Mets in 4 out of the last 6 meetings here in Toronto, although the Mets have won 4 of the last 5 over Toronto, mostly at home. So both teams, man, struggling. Combined 2-15 overall here, recent games for the 2. Mets have gone under in 4 of their last 5. This series has gone under in 4 of its last 5 as well. Let's go to the chat. All-stars in this one is the Mets tonight. And the Blue Jays, let's see what you guys have in this one. Here we go. It's going to be Mets on the money line for Cash Kane. Farley goes under in the first 5. Kane also, he's going over, though, here. All right, maybe a little bit of conflict there between these 2. So I might have to decide between the 2 here. Blue Jays did snap that losing streak. Things are just getting worse for the Mets, it seems like. Even though McLean has been a bright spot, he's got good numbers here. His underlying metrics are even better than his regular numbers, it feels like. But Blue Jays still managed to win game 1. And even though their offense has looked pretty bad against right-handed pitching, and McLean also, he's stopped walking everybody as well. So, he might be able to have some success here against Vladdy, against Okamoto, against Springer here. Gausman has been consistent here at least, along with Cease, I think. Although last few games here for Gosman, some big numbers actually. 8.4 ERA, 1.73 whip, and his walk rate has jumped dramatically from 5% to 12% in his last 3 starts. It makes you wonder if there isn't an injury here possibly to Gosman right now with those recent struggles here. So I have some concerns here, I think, with Gosman here and the Blue Jays, but gosh, who wants to take the Mets right now again? I mean, even the Blue Jays beat them. Now the Blue Jays pen is a little bit worse shape of the 2 teams here as well. Varland, I think, is not available here tonight, so I think Gosman, you got to be concerned here right now about Gosman. So let me go ahead and take the first 5 over in this one, and let's see how Gosman's health is, actually. I'll go first 5, Mets and Blue Jays here in this one, and keep your eye on Gosman here in those walks right now and see how that goes. I'll go over 4.5 at even money. Hey, there's some steam coming in here right now on the Rockies, everybody. The Rockies were probably about $1.35 on the opening numbers here, but we are seeing this game move pretty dramatically right now. Money coming in on the Rockies, and now Miami is down to about $1.35 or $1.40, so about a 15-cent move here on this steam move with the Rockies. Okay, over here for Robert. And Kane says, conflicting bets be the best bets. And 9 legacies on the Mets. The Nationals are on the road here, taking on the Bo Sox. And Cade Cavalli goes for the Nationals. Cavalli has done a nice job this season. His metrics are actually a little bit better than his underlying numbers as well. 4 ERA for Cavalli, 4-4 record for Connerly early here, 3.6 ERA. 7-5 record coming in, 1.25 the whip. You got to like what you've seen from early. You look good in that Yankee game as well. I like Cavalli. I think he's got real potential, but his whip is up to 1.43 here right now. So, but he's been solid, no doubt about it. 25% K rate as well. So he's got a good curveball. When it's going, he's on. But when he throws that fastball here, that's the problem. Sox have won 5 straight here, and this could be a tough spot here maybe for Cavalli right now. Just for the Red Sox here, it is a little bit hefty on the price, although it is down to about $1.25, $1.30 so far in this one. The move came in on the under here. It opened as high as 10 under 20. But for the most part right now, we've seen this one get hit here to the under in this one. So, all right, let's see what you've got here. The Nats, obviously this lineup has been very, very good, and they see another lefty here who's kind of struggled a bit right now. I don't know why the Sharps are coming in on the under. This Nats lineup has been elite against lefties. I know we're going up against a righty here, but let's see what you got in this one early. For early here, I don't know. It's still tough to go against Washington with this lineup right now, but Boston, I'm not saying Boston's turning around by any stretch, but this is the biggest moment here of the season. Durbin's been a monster. I was on him yesterday for that home run. Hey, Timothy Aba with the easy win here gets me a winner for the Win Club over BHM in this one. Haddad Maya goes down. We had Timo FIBA. So, hey, we might win a few of these women's matches here yet, okay? Just because I lost a couple of men's matches. I know the ladies, okay? All right. Red Sox also, this lineup starting to pick it up here a little bit as well. So wonder what will happen here. Man, that steam to the under kind of bothers me, actually, that the Sharps would kind of push this one lower. I mean, technically, it's almost a full run lower than the opener here right now. But usually they're not wrong in this case, but I don't know if I can do it. I still think that these lineups, especially Washington, but all right, I'm torn here. Anything else from the chat? I'm going to have to make a call here. And let's see here. Jimmy Lambo says, take Maya Joint. He does not trust Serena today. And Farley says, team total over. The problem I have with Maya Joint, look, I mean, she had some promise last year. Serena comes in obviously with no singles action at all. Obviously, she tried a little bit of doubles in there, but Maya Joint's 2-13 this season. So, I guess she's got over an old opponent in here. But I don't know, 2-13. Serena, she's been okay on grass in her career, but Joint's on the grass here too. All right, Robert went Nats first 5, huh? I'm gonna. Oh boy, Farley Nats team total over there. What am I gonna do with this one? Well, I guess I just got to go over in this one. If they're gonna give me a full run, and I was already thinking over, I'm just gonna go over. I'm gonna fade the sharps here. I think. Give me the over in this one. It's down to 9 or something. Okay, Josh says Iga here. Wow, and look at you got. Naomi sweating along here with Taylor, I think, in this one. Iga is up here, though, right now, and is trying to break Taylor, though. She's going to have a game point here right now. So, Taylor, this is a key moment here right now, as it's definitely swung in Swiatek's favor right this moment. Okay, Cardinals taking on the Braves here. Matthew Liberatore goes for St. Louis. And you got here Martin Perez, 3 ERA, 1.13 whip. He continues to be impressive here. We know the Braves have struggled. Maybe we can get him back home. Maybe they'll be a little bit better here with this in this one. So let's see what you got. But maybe they come back home a little bit here. Maybe they can start to win some games, because St. Louis has also been struggling. They had their moment there. St. Louis was on a little bit of a roll, but then now all of a sudden they're struggling, and the Braves obviously have the pitching advantage here in this one. I kind of like them to at least get off to a pretty good start. I'm watching this point here to see if Taylor can do this, but Iga passed her, and Iga's going to win that game, and it's crucial because it's now Iga serving for the match on the next game here, 5-3. But great effort here by Townsend, even if she were to lose this game here. I'm pretty sure I didn't have it as a premium, but I'm pretty sure here. Good match, though. Iga will probably win by 3. I think she was favored by more than that, though. I think she was favored by 5 games over Townsend here. But Townsend won that second set 6-2. Okay, so, will the Braves at least get it going back here against the Cardinals in this one? And the Cardinals on the road, will they continue to – they're 1-4 in their last 5 games now. Yeah, the Braves have lost 6 of 7 coming in, but they look to have a little bit of advantage here, at least in the starting pitching department. It feels like with Martin Perez here in this one against Liberatore, I think the Braves could probably win it. This is a little bit of a high price to try to pay here right now. And let's see what it is here at $1.45, $1.50 right now. So let me take the under in this one with the Cardinals and the Braves. Give me the under here with these two. We've seen the total move to the under. It was 9.5, and it is down here now to 9 over 20 for the most part. That's a steam move that I can get behind. I'll take the under with the Cardinals and the Braves here in this one. Also, we're just seeing some steam here coming into the morning steam within the last minute or two as the Pirates are getting steamed in that game against the Phillies. We said that Sanchez had gone up all the way to 240 here at some books. Well, right now, BOL's down to 210. You got BetUS down to 210. Circa's down to 214. So here comes a little bit of buyback on the Pirates here in this one. All right, make my call there. Cardinals and Braves game to go under. Iga wrapped that one up quick. That was a quick. Was that real? She just served 3 straight winners. I think that 4 straight winners there. Robert's on the under here, and Bobby Mack's rooting for Serena. Look, I think they've got the right opponent here. Look, I can respect saying that Joint can come in and win this. Sure. Serena, you've seen her out. I mean, I don't know. She looks like Serena to me. She looked pretty strong out there. And you know what? Serena can play a little grass court tennis, okay? I think with the difference we saw a little bit with Venus and, the comeback, right? I'm more apt to trust Venus to come back. Serena was the first one to kind of come back. She really hasn't done much. She was playing a little bit of doubles. She played a little singles in there, but this is still Venus Williams. I mean, yes, Venus. This is still Serena Williams. Venus has had great success, but come on. Cash Kane here, Farley on the under, and Kane says we're moving the lines here. Hope you're having fun with me here on the morning steam. Let's go next up here to the Reds, taking on the Brew Crew. And got Sproat here. Whoa, look at this, $1.70 right now, maybe even higher. Total 9 under 20 in this one. You got to think here that the Reds are starting to really having some issues here. They're just 5-18 against division opponents this season. They've lost 2 in a row here. The Brewers just took them down here yesterday, 5-3. The Brewers kind of own this series against them too. Overall, Brewers actually coming in here have won 5 straight meetings against Cincinnati. Overall, Cincinnati's dropped 5 of their last 7. Milwaukee's won 6 of 8 coming into this one. Louder definitely has some potential, it feels like, here for Louder, but he did face the Brewers in his most recent start and struggled. That probably is not going to be any different here in this one. The Brewers, maybe they've been quiet offensively here of late because they've been facing some lefties, but going against righty here in Louder, I would think the Brewers can have maybe a pretty good night here against the Reds. Brewers might be down in the bullpen a little bit in this one, might help the Reds a little bit. Reds are 25-16 to the over on the road, 33-23 to the over as a dog. But Sproat hasn't been the best this season, but in his last few games here, 2.87 ERA, 34% K rate, and 0.64 whip. He had 10 strikeouts against the Reds in his best start of the season, and he could do that again, I think, here against the Reds right now. It might be a situation where don't forget, Brewers 20 games over 500. Reds, like I said, starting to give a lot back here of late. Just 4 games over 500, but it does feel like they're starting to slide right now. So see what you think here in this one with the Reds taking on the Brewers here. I'll go to the chat first in this one. And Cash Kane is on the Brewers here. Yeah, it's not going to be any revelation here. I think Brewers first 5 here for Bobby Mack. The Sharps are all over Cincinnati. I will promise you that. But you know what? They were yesterday too, remember? And it was funny because I think didn't the Reds start out in the lead yesterday in that game, only to see the Brewers pass them up in the end. The Reds took the lead 3-0 through 5 and won the first 5. But the Brewers scored 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, and 2 in the 8th to pass them up and get the win. Churro for a home run for Kane. All right, I think that does it there for the chat all stars. And man, I'll have to make the call. I'll have to make my call here in this one with the Reds and the Brewers here. And let me make sure I got the right play here. All right, now I've got the Brewers here in the first 5. Give me the Brewers first 5 in this one at minus $1.25. Okay, Brewers run line here also for Farley. Thank you, Farley. Thank you, guys. Okay, here we go. Got the Rays taking on the Royals here, and Griffin Jacks going in this one. Jacks here $1.30 and 10 under 15. Oh man, Tampa on another roll here for Tampa. Get out of their way when they're hot. They've won 5 straight. Now they have lost 7 of their last 8 on the road, but they've won 5 of their last 7 against Kansas City, and Kansas City has dropped. Well, they ended their 4-game losing streak with a win there on Sunday with a 5-4 win over the White Sox to kind of end a losing streak right now. But Tampa Bay here definitely on a little bit of a roll. Now, Noah Cameron isn't awful here, and Jack's maybe not the best option overall for the Rays here, but, you know, he's been okay. And really, in his last 3 starts, pretty darn good. 1.2 ERA, 107 whip, and a 27% K rate. Jax doesn't walk a lot of batters. Cameron also here, okay numbers overall this season for a young pitcher. 4.5 ERA, 4-5 record, but here of late, not great for Cameron. Struggled in his recent starts. 7.53 ERA, 1.95 whip, and a 360 batting average against in his last 3 starts. And when you got a Rays team here that are roaring offensively, granted, it's mostly against right-handers, I'll give you that. But if Cameron's struggling at all here, his splits are much worse against lefties. They're fairly solid against righties, so I will kind of give you that. But it probably won't matter when you got Caminero on fire. And we'll see about Diaz. I think he missed yesterday's game, right? Did Yandy Diaz, was it yesterday's game he's missed? Man, I've been watching too much soccer. Yeah, questionable. He left last game with a shoulder injury, so watch out, especially to our home run hitters with Diaz today here. But, man, you got to think the Rays can continue to smash Ola. I think they'll probably even get a shutout here. Or not, well, you know, I think more towards the under here anyway. This one's already moved considerably on to the under. It opened up here pretty high, 10.5 under here, and it's down to 10 under 15. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take it under in the first 5 here a little bit. I think might have to try to squeeze some value out of this because it's obviously gone down under here in the full game, which I did like. But I'm going to take it under here in the first 5 with the Rays and the Royals, especially here at 5 runs at even money. Give me the under in this one in the first 5. Okay, we're doing fine here on the morning steam, doing pretty good. Royals money line for Kane. Robert on the Royals here. They like the Royals to get it done over the Rays here. Padres and Cubs in this one. JP Sears goes for the Padres. I already mentioned how pitiful he was in the minor leagues, and then he comes out and wins that first game and looks pretty good. Might be one of those guys that just says, "Oh, you're putting me in the minors, huh?" Look, he's got plenty of experience here. The Padres are desperate for pitching, but they've got Sears here, who just got released. I was like, maybe the Padres should pick him up. Some starter. I'm trying to think. I'm like, oh, man. Let me see who got released? The starter was like one of those starters. I'm like, this guy can pitch for the Padres. I know they were talking about some other guys in there with Pomeranz maybe. How about, Vince Velasquez just got released by the Cubs. Maybe Vinny V can come to the Padres. there. And also, I think Joe Ross got DFA'd by Texas. Padres would probably bring in Joe Ross. Don't be surprised. There's some crazy pickups for the Padres. Padres have lost 3 straight. Cubs have won 3 straight. Mike Boyd here, though, 5.02 ERA, a 2-1 record coming in. He likes to bases usually drunk when he's in there. For Sears here, 1.24 whip in that first start, but again had an ERA close to 8 at El Paso in AAA. So Cubs still come in here red hot. They beat the Padres yesterday 3-2 with that walk-off hit in the bottom of the 9th inning. Still a pretty big price here for Boyd at $1.50 or so. These are the ones where I kind of like a little bit high for the Padres. They still can hit. They still can. Like I said, I feel like you want to go with the Padres when they're dogs at this point. Run line's minus $1.50 here as well coming into this one. Maybe Boyd can get something going here, but I got to take the Padres here still. I'm taking them. Here's a dog. I lost yesterday trying to take him as a dog there. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We were on the Cubs. We were on the Cubs on the run line. That didn't work. Okay, let's see what the chat says in this one. Raise for Farley there in that other one. Hello to AOD in the chat today. 9 Legacy Mets money line, Royals money line here, and I think that's it from the chat. All right, we're moving along, singing a song. Here we go. Oh, what do we got here? One more. Padres money line for Cash Kane. Twins and Astros here. Joe Ryan. Man, Ryan continues to be one of the most efficient pitchers in all of baseball. Does have a 3.18 ERA and a 5-4 record, 103 the whip, but it's been even better than that lately. He's just only getting better here right now. Is Joe Ryan ranks in the top 10 among all qualified starters in whip and opponent batting average. So that's what you want with this Twins team right now that has won a couple in a row. I know they're inconsistent here, but you're going up against an Astros team that really isn't too great here right now. And I got to think I'm going to take Ryan in the first 5 probably and just roll with it and hope that's the right play. Burrows has struggled with consistency. He's putting guys on base with those numbers that he has. He gave up 4 earned runs against the Twins when they faced off back in the end of May. The Astros have been better against right-handed pitching this season for sure. But they are kind of worse at home, believe it or not. What is this deal with Alvarez? Is he good to go here? He's not even on the list, right? Okay, great. Byron Buxton, though, is on the injured list. In fact, we saw him added to the injured list here within the last hour or so. So a little bit tough news there for Buxton. It might be a little bit questionable here. I don't think there's any indication right now. It does feel like he's trending downward a little bit here. Twins offense has been good recently and good on the road, and they're better against right-handed pitching. They've had good home runs here. Burrows has looked hittable. I think the Twins here in the first 5 has got to be the way for me. I'm going to take Minnesota here. And, yeah, no Buxton. That's a definite concern here right now. But the Astros, I'm not saying they're totally struggling here. They have inched their way to just 2 games under 500. But I'm going to take the Twins here at minus $1.30 in the first 5. Otto Virtanen and Shelton in a real battle here. Comes chats here. Cash Kane's going to say Twins money line. He will take Buxton for a home run. And like I said, Buxton definitely going to be questionable in this game. I'd put his situation at probably about 50-50 right now. Not trying to scare Kane or anything. But Cubs here run line for 9 Legacy. Brewers run line. Astros money line. Hello to Flea Mathis in the chat. Bobby Max says take the Astros on the money line. Next up, we've got the Marlins here taking on the Rockies. with Yuri Perez goes for the hot Marlins here. Man, these Marlins played themselves right into playoff contention here. Now, like I said, the money has come in on the Rockies here. If anything, it's kind of created a little bit of a discount on the Marlins, but I don't know. They're betting Freeland, I guess, because they just play numbers. They don't care. They don't even know who Freeland is. Miami is 29-13 as a favorite here. They're actually down to about $1.35 right now. I think it's worth updating. There we go for Perez here. Down to $1.35, so maybe a little bit of a discount even here in this one. But man, I just not seeing it here. Yes, I got you. The Rockies, maybe at home, they kind of pick up some wins here and there, but they're still, the offense has been pretty good. They got some guys who can hit for sure, but let's see what you think here. I think this looks kind of like a discount right now. Remember Miami here, 25-12 on the road this season. The Rockies, they're just 50-50, but I think that's interesting because, Miami, it's not like they're a bad team giving up a lot of runs. They're 4 games over 500. They're one of the hottest teams in the league here right now, beating Colorado yesterday. Yeah, they lost to St. Louis on Sunday, but they won that series and were on a winning streak of their own coming in. So I know that I've been kind of cheating a little bit here with these Colorado games. I think Tanner Gordon actually, let me see what's going on here. Tanner Gordon may be the opener here for Freeland in this one. Let's see what they're saying here. Okay, let me see here. They were talking about moving Freeland up to this spot. So I do see some of the books here actually with, no, it's got to be Tanner Gordon now. It's got to be Gordon in here. Okay, let me see if I got this straight here now. I don't know if it's going to be a factor or not with Gordon in here, but let me see what we can piece together here right now. Okay, so Freeland goes on Wednesday. Gordon comes in here today. He's getting called up. He was on the injured list with a hip injury and has missed 1 month, and he's going to come up and end up being the starter here in this one. Gordon, pretty good. A decent option here anyway. I don't know if it's going to make that much of a difference. That's probably when the move came in, actually. I just missed it when I talked about that steam move here because Tanner Gordon was announced in the game right now. I'm gonna go over in this one. You know that? I'm going to go over here. I know I've been going under in some of these Rockies games right now, but give me the over in tonight's game. I'll take it. I think they'll get 12 runs in this one. Let's see what the chat says. Props are up here. Twins for JP Farley. Rockies money line for 9 Legacy. Rockies money line for Robert. Cash Gaines going with the Marlins here. Okay, let's keep it moving here right now on the new Sports Money Network. Next up, it's going to be here. The Giants are on the road taking on the Diamondbacks with Landon Pride Knight Roop going up against Brandon, just getting called up from the minor leagues. Fott I don't believe he was injured. I think they just sent him down. It's kind of weird. You have a guy who's been pitching for 2 years straight. And we kind of made fun of him, right? Oh, he's learning on the job here. And, the Diamondbacks had some veterans in there, so they really didn't need him. But, he'd been doing the job I wasn't even doing the job, right? He hadn't been great, but basically 2 straight seasons making start after start, and then all of a sudden you're kicking him out. Down to the minors here, but only because of some injury factors here of late for Arizona. They lost Ryan Nelson, got sent to the injured list. Soroka also to the injured list right now. So that was part of the problem. And now you've got here the return of Brandon Pfaadt. And he's favored for some reason here. Giants here. Yesterday, Arizona did get the win in the game by the score of 5-4. Arizona's actually dominated the Giants here of late. And the Giants are so streaky, they kind of play to the back of their card. Is that what the saying is? I don't know if that is quite the saying when it comes to this, but Giants have lost 7 straight to Arizona, 6 of the last 7 here right now. You got Fott coming in, you got Roop having all kinds of problems here of late, shooting his mouth off a little bit with the controversy with the, you're in San Francisco. Remember, I made the joke about it. I mean, I'm not taking it one way or the other, but in San Francisco, just probably don't say anything about the pride hats, okay? If you're in a southern city, I don't know. I don't want to make it sound like that. Maybe got a little bit of trouble here because he hasn't pitched too good here of late. Been okay outside of a few blow-up starts. In fact, a 2.69 FIP is really solid for Roop, but Fott had struggled and is coming back from the minors. Still has pretty weak numbers here, but Giants are much better against right-handed pitchers this season and good in away games. Maybe the Giants get some runs off of him here, but you know what? I kind of like Fott in this spot. I might just, if this sports prognosticating, I'll just go to one of those sites where you make I'll do some of my own raps like Peasy. Okay, let's see what you got here in this one. I'm going to take the Diamondbacks in this one. Give me the Diamondbacks tonight to win with Fott coming back here in this one. Arizona owns these guys, and I'm going to say they take care of them here. Arizona's still 25-17 at home, and they won yesterday's game after all. We were on them here. We were on them in the first 5. I'm taking them tonight. Give me Fott. Robert's on the under. Farley's on the Giants here. Got a couple more here on the show. Then we'll try to preview that basketball game tonight. Got to tell you, I really like the Aces before this injury note. I still might take them. But Angels here and the Mariners. Pretty good pitching matchup, huh? With Soriano and Wu going. Soriano, we know how good he's been this season. 3.32 ERA and an 8-4 record. Remember, they've won like 10 games with him in the starting spot. 1.32 the whip for Wu, 4.25 ERA, 6-6 record, 104 the whip. Really good for Wu. This one's going to be, I think we're going to see these guys probably have a pretty strong outing, both of them here. I'm going to go under in the first 5. I can tell you that right now. I think, man, I'm so glad I was able to introduce the first 5 bets here to the show because, I just like anybody, I kind of want to avoid the bullpens too once in a while, but here we go. I'm going to take the first 5 under here with the Angels and the M's tonight at 4 runs. Go to the chat, see what you guys have here, and didn't break it down too much with these guys just because I feel like the story here is you got a solid pitcher in Soriano. Okay, he hasn't looked great in his last 2 starts, but his good season overall. We know that. Mariners are kind of worse at home this season, but better against right-handed pitching. But they've struggled offensively and seem to produce only in softer matchups. This one's actually pretty tough, although Soriano's been having some control issues. Cole Young did have the 2 homers there yesterday. That was pretty good. So Wu's looked good at home this season, just had some blow-up starts kind of on the road. But the Angels have looked good against right-handers on the road, and they might be able to really give a battle here to the Mariners in this one with the pitching. So I'm going to go under in the first 5 with the Angels and the Mariners here in this one. And we've got, Robert says, Seattle first 5 on the run line, and 9 Legacy says Angels on the money line.
Final.
All right. Oh, Cornieva just lost to Burrell there. I'm not happy about that. Man, I'll be happy to get out of the first round now after crushing yesterday. But today, Kornieva here just went down to defeat against Burrell. All right. Gosh. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Let's keep it moving here right now. Next up, the Dodgers are taking on the A's. We talked about yesterday the Dodgers, they were just a 115 favorite. Basically, they've been underdogs in 2 games all year and couldn't get closer to a pick 'em in that game. It was pretty much the third lowest line for the Dodgers all season. So you had to take them there as a little bit of a discount, it felt like anyway, with Robleski here. Man, Robleski's been terrific. He's emerged as one of the top pitchers in the league here, it feels like, of late. He's going against Jeffrey Springs. Dodgers certainly going to have an advantage here. Springs has a 5.52 ERA, 3-7 record coming in. So I would think the Dodgers should be able to take care of these guys, and I'll just take them on the run line to win again. Dodgers to roll. How hard can it be? Anybody can get on YouTube and just say, take the Dodgers on the run line, especially when you're not a Dodgers fan. Fernley just beat Mitchelson here in 5. Wow, Fernley over Mitchelson just in 5. There, good match, huh? Fernley with the win there just moments ago coming in. And this Shelton match is getting down to the very end here. Man, good matches here. Just 1 hour away from bases loaded, 1 hour away from Serena on the court here this afternoon. Okay, Robert does like the over in this one, over 11. Hey, if I take Max Muncy in the home run hitting contest for the Sports Money Network home run derby, do you get both Max Muncy's? Is it like 1 and 1A, like a horse race? How come they don't do 1 and 1A anymore? No wonder horse racing's dead. How about all the sad TVG announcers yesterday? I think they're all done. I mean, TVG's not over. I'm sorry, FanDuel TV. FanDuel TV's not over, but all the personalities are over. They're just going to be showing the track feeds and go bouncing back and forth. No, I don't think they have any more trackside commentary. That's going to really make it pop. Shows like Racing with Razor, Racing with Gilly, Racing with Gas, our racing shows. I think we're going to see an increase in viewership in these type of shows that do horse racing. And quite frankly, there's not very many of them. So congratulations. I mean, I don't want to say it like that. I feel bad as someone who used to watch TVG on the old big satellite dish on GE1, transponder 23. I remember it like it was 25 years ago. So, okay, well, that was sad, though. They were all crying. Todd Schrupp was wrestling in the background. They were getting crazy there on TVG. Also, last weekend, the closing of Aqueduct. I mean, when Aqueduct is closing its door, now granted, it probably was, it was getting run down, but just goes to show you what we're dealing with here in horse racing. How can they not fix horse racing? Casino, automatic, instant gambling. I mean, it just seems like a no-brainer. I know it costs a lot to feed these horses, but geez, with gambling money, you'd think they could do it, and you'd think they'd make a whole big production out of it. If I were the god of horse racing, all right, Dodgers here for me on the run line. I think the show's over for the baseball. And oh my goodness. And I got to talking. I didn't even have, and I had the graphic for the baseball and I forgot to use it again. Oh man. Why even go through the Ramon gets a little sketchy here for sure. That's okay. I would just want to show it here. Maybe you can take a screenshot if you want. I got some things in there like pitcher win-loss when they pitch for their team, over-under when they pitch for their team. It's kind of like the team stats that I like to show here. That's a little bit unique there. But all right. Moonhour just beat Cerundolo in straight sets. Geez, Cerundolo just lost. That was my free play. He got rocked. Jeez, back to the drawing board tonight. Oh, my goodness. Okay, Well, I blew it there with the graphic. That's okay. We'll go to the Liberty money line here for Kane. Let's go to the. I don't have a graphic for the basketball game, but here we go. Let's see what you got here in this one, and I'll update the line. I did already, but no, I didn't update the line. So here is the current update. We're seeing some sevens out there right now. Okay, I get it. Okay, Asia Wilson, she's a great MVP player. It's obviously worth 4.5. I don't care. I'm taking the aces here. Maybe it'll be wrong. I don't know, but look, I think that the aces are going to look to make sure this is a high scoring game. I think that's the way to go if you're the aces here. Wilson must not be able to play. Remember, this game is for $500,000. So, we got the word that she's out. I don't think they'd pull a fast one on us, would they? But there were multiple sources all say that she is out. She's missed just 6 regular season games in the last 7 years, has Asia Wilson. So she's got a right leg injury, suffered in the last game, and a little bit of a bummer for sure if she is indeed out. All the reports are that she is out. Multiple reports here again. So don't forget, though, also, it's not just Wilson here. And let's see, Sabali is also out of this one for the Liberty here tonight. So yeah, a little bit there with the injuries here. So really kind of a bummer for sure. All right, we could still preview the game here pretty much. And, Stewart's not on the injured list, but she's fine. Okay, here we go. Robert's going under, though, here in this one. And, look, I guess if you wanted to compare it here anyway, with just trying to break it down here now, yeah, you got to kind of throw out some of the stuff here without Wilson here anyway. But, man, I still like the Aces team. I think this is too big of a move. I won't go too big on it, but I'm still going to take the Aces here. Aces have won 10 of their last 12. New York has dominated Las Vegas for sure over the last several seasons. Right now, they have a big advantage on this team currently in the heads-up battle between the two teams. New York has dominated in the overall series between the two. That is a fact. So, but still, these are the two best teams in the league here over the last several years. All right. So Robert did go under. I'm taking the Aces. I don't know how deep we can go now here, but again, that is the big news within the last 90 minutes here of no Asia Wilson tonight in this game. So yes, she is missing, and if that indeed is making the case here for a New York blowout, so be it. But I'm going to say it's one of those where over-adjustment city here, and now we'll see what happens tonight when you're getting a bushel full of points now here in this one with Wilson out here. Look, the Aces still have strong defensive players in Young, in Smith, in Talbot. It's going to make it very, very difficult for Stewart, for SGA, for Phoebus here. I still think Las Vegas here is for me. I'll take Las Vegas plus the points. All right, I think that's it for the morning steam. Let's roll the commercial here, and I'll come back and try to give us some baseball home run hitters. I hit the 9-1 yesterday with Durbin. Let's hear from Mikey Money.
It's the Home Run Derby here on the Sports Money Network. You guys, excited to bring you the first of its kind contest here on the Sports Money Network with prizes and giveaways galore, courtesy of the Sports Money Network. We're looking to get you guys a 9-day contest. Starts June 25th through July 3rd, and all you have to do is comment below. The Home Run Derby prediction needs all 4 criteria: the player name, the team name, the home run pricing or odds that you got that at, and the book you got them from. As an example, you would say Aaron Judge with the Yankees at plus 250 on DraftKings in the comments section. It's 1 entry per person per day. Must include all 4 components out there of the entry that counts. And you come back daily. We'll give you guys updates as the contest progresses. I think you have what it takes to win the Home Run Derby. Comment below and let's cash together with the Sports Money Network.
I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine.
Okay, so go to the videos tab and find the video for today and enter your picks in there. Let me see if I got some home run hitters maybe to suggest here in case you haven't picked yours already. We do have some, you could go with Harper. You can go with Schwartz probably today against Bubba. I will say this, you got Paul Goldschmidt, 4 home runs in 13 at-bats against Tariq Skubal. Some people don't believe in BVP. I don't know. He's 7 for 13 against him with 3 doubles and 4 home runs. What do you think there for Paul Goldschmidt? Also, Burger Time, couple of home runs against Tanner Bybee for Burger Time there in just 5 at-bats. 2 home runs and 5 at-bats for Burger Time here. So that's a possibility as well today for maybe a couple of suggestions there in the home run hitting contest today, and make sure you get signed up in there. Joe Adell, 3 home runs in 11 at-bats against Brian Wu for the Angels. So Adell, not known for his big homers there, but pretty good matchup there against Wu. For him anyway, with several home runs. Jordan does have 3 home runs against Ryan. Again, Jordan, though, a little bit on the, let me see what is it. Did we see if he's still on the injured list here? Nope, he's off there. And Jordan does have 3 home runs and 17 at-bats against Joe Ryan. There, J-Rod, 2 home runs, 15 at-bats against Soriano in there. So couple suggestions anyway here. Maybe you can go with some of those guys or consider some of the guys. Wilson, let's see. Oh, no, I think that's it. That's some of the good ones here. Okay, and let's do the drawing here right now for today. Let me bring it up here. Thanks for joining me, everybody, on the Morning Steam Show. You're free to go, but I'm going to give away a month's worth of picks here right now over at winnable.com. If you do win this, use the promo code WINNER at checkout, and you'll get 30 days free here. And just be aware that after 30 days, you will be charged on the subscription unless you cancel. So you won't cancel once you get signed up with me over at winnable.com. You'll keep it going, and you won't even think twice. All right, here we go. Let's do the drawing and see who wins. We've got 17 of you that commented today, so let's see who's got it. AJ, I want to see you. AJ, and AJ wins. So AJ gets 1 month. Sign up over at winnable.com/Ramon using the promo code WIN. Using the promo code WINNER. Thanks to AJ every day for coming on in. All right, it's going to do it here for the Morning Steam. Have a great sports betting day, and check out the show with the guys here at noon Eastern and 9 Pacific with Bases Loaded. They'll preview the baseball card there, and then we got a big day of soccer action as well. Thanks a lot, everybody. It's going to do it here for the Morning Steam Show and for the Sports Money Network, the new Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas.
I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine.